But ladies, if you guys have been feeling like you're close to your man 1 second and the next you're just invisible, I'm sorry to tell you, but that man may be, emotionally unavailable. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down 7 things that you can usually tell very clearly if that man is, open to the relationship with you, or if you're just wasting your time and you need to either A, have the hard conversation or move the hell on. Now, the very first scenario is very clear, and you ladies are victims to this majority of this time, and it's this bold, awkward question that we always get to. What are we? When you're dealing with a man and let's say he's flirting with you, he's courting you in real time, he's taking you out on dates, he's giving you things, he's talking to you nice, he's staying on the phone with you, trying to invite you out to just really, bringing you into his life almost. That's what it feels like. But then the moment you start asking, you're like, well, we've been being intimate, we've been spending all of this time, we've been getting to know each other. What are we? He's gonna hit you with things like, we're just friends, or we're still healing, or I don't want to ruin what we have. I don't want to, ruin something that's good. But he's doing all of the things that you would be doing with somebody who you are in a relationship with. If you get to the point where you're the only one wanting to take it to that next level and he's okay with keeping it where it's at, don't mistake that as, oh, he's just being a leader and I'm going at his pace, because some men, you will go at his pace and never get there. He just doesn't want that. Any man who's truly leading himself and leading you would not put you in a predicament where you're getting all of the benefits of being in the relationship, but he's not leading you to the relationship. Do you get what I'm saying? It should always be a level of intentionality right there. And if your man's clueless, if you're clueless, that's a red flag. Now, the second most potent red flag is when he's in avoiding emotional conversations with you. When it's time to have those tough talks, when it's time for you to get vulnerable and express how you feel to him, how does he react to you? When you start being like, hey, this is happening in the relationship and, this is making me feel some type of way. A conscious man would also be aware that, more chances than not, those things are taking place in the relationship. Now, if he's emotionally avoidant and if he isn't trying to get that deep with you, he's not going to give you the space to have those tough conversations, because with tough conversations comes a level of bondage. It comes a level of, connection. And when you don't want to get at a deeper level with a woman, especially like speaking from a man's perspective, if I didn't want to get deep or take a woman seriously, I'm not going to invest the emotional energy to heal and build certain foundations for that to exist, because these are all emotional investments. Men will invest emotionally into the things that they want to. They will invest energetically into the things that they want to. If we don't want you, we're not going to invest into that. Now, if you can start approaching your man, if you can start approaching these dudes and actually telling him how you feel, actually telling him what's on your heart, actually telling him what's on your spirit, you'll be able to test the man sooner than later. Is this man actually, for me? Is he actually able to, like, willing to listen to me and talk to me, etc.? Or is this person avoidant out of this world? And if he's avoidant out of this world, that can usually be a very clear inkling he's not for you, or he's talking to somebody else. We just got to be real. Now, the third one is actually it is disappointing. I think it's funny when I see it happen, because it should be like a clear instinct of like, man, I just wouldn't want to be in this type of relationship. Somebody who can only show affection to you in private, but when it gets to public, they're just like cold. Don't hold my hand. I don't want to necessarily be hugged up on you. I don't want to be kissing on you in public. The things that people who are in love would want to do, would be okay with letting the world know that this is my lover. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna post you. They're not gonna do any of that. And well, a lot of times we get tricked into thinking, oh, we're just being private. We like our lives with privacy, and we don't want to post everything. There's a difference between keeping your relationship private and hiding the person that you're with. If literally nobody has a clue who you're with, they don't even have an idea, like a face, like nothing, come on. They're hiding something. They don't want to be exposed on some type of level. Now, unfortunately, with this world of social media we're in, everybody's going to be like, oh, it's for business and it's my brand, it's my image. No, 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 no. When two people truly fall in love, the image is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in the grocery store and you see nothing but, attractive women, because you guys are aware when you're around other attractive women. If your man all of a sudden starts putting distance in between y'all to where he's kind of walking as like a unit, but you're just like kind of there. He's trying to keep his energy open to the other women, and it's going to show in the small interactions with the, hey, how you doing, oh, let me help you with this. It's like the small flirtiness, you feel me? But somebody who was truly for you, was truly in love with you, would acknowledge, yes, a whole bunch of fine women around you, around the situation, but he would acknowledge that this is a situation that could probably make my woman feel insecure, not because she feels less than, but just because she knows the type of man that she has, and she knows there's a lot of attention coming over here. So a secure man, a man who truly knows that he wants you, he's gonna grab you closer. He's gonna put you under his arm or something like that. He's gonna start showing you affection in the presence of the other women, in the presence of the other men, whatever the case may be. You feel me? He's going to show it publicly. He's going to let it be known, man, this is mine. You feel me? I fuck with this. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not, disappointed in it. Man, this is my trophy. You feel me? I worked for this. I had to heal. I had to grow. I had to elevate. I had to become the man that I truly had to be in order for this woman to even be right here. So hell yeah. Come on. That's a clear sign of a healthy example of, showing that affection, just, loving you. But if he's not on that side, if he's just get away. Now, sign number 4 is he doesn't bring you into none of his future conversations. Men, we are naturally like builders in a way. We naturally like to see things years ahead and then try putting in steps and putting in plays in motion to eventually get there and manifesting. Like we're always in this state of building. We're always looking 10 steps forward, unfortunately. So if you're getting into a conversation with a man and you're noticing he's talking about his dreams, he's talking about his goals, he's talking about his aspirations, and nowhere in that conversation is it including you in the slightest of facets, right? Now, it's not saying that he has to make you his purpose, right? That's not saying that he has to put you on over the hierarchy of the things that he has going on in his life, because as a leader, as a man, that wouldn't be smart. You want him to lead you somewhere, so he can't put you at the forefront. He can't lead you to yourself. You get what I'm saying? But when a man starts to be like, you know what? What do you think about this? What do you do? Well, like we start piecing things together, like, oh, that's your passion, this is my passion. I thought about doing this, so maybe we can do this together. Ideas start coming out, because especially in our masculine energy, if you're going to be around us, partnership is damn near like a teammate. You're like a teammate. We are supposed to build together. So we're going to immediately, okay, so we have more resources now. People always look at resources as a financial thing, like, okay, there's two incomes coming into one household, so now we can do more. Okay, yeah, now there's now there's two visions, there's two set of goals, there's two, ambitious sparks, there's two prayers getting said, there's double it, you have more resources. So the man that's aware of his household and his kingdom is going to be aware of the resources that his queen brings into it, and he's immediately going to be like, okay, well, let's do this together. Can we do this to get here? Can I help you do this, and maybe that bring the result that get, like, he's very strategic in a way. And it's not, people think that strategy is, a manipulation tactic. Strategy and love are two completely different things. But when strategy has an underlying basis of love, it becomes very potent, because their strategy is not rooted in manipulating you. Their strategy is rooted in deepening the love. What do I need to do? What can we do to make our love stronger? It is a conscious decision. A man who does not want to involve you in no type of ideas, no type of plans, no type of goals, no anything. He talks like he's this ultimate unit who can just do everything himself, and he's not receptive to your intuition, your wisdom, your guidance, just anything. You're just there. It's a very clear sign he's not emotionally open to you. He cherishes his own vision and his own word and his own, judgment of what he's doing and where he's going than the person that he's choosing. Hence why he probably hasn't chose you, because if he actually did choose you, he would bring you into that vision and it would relieve a lot of stress. He feels as if by him bringing you into the situation, it may be, a detriment to what he's trying to get to. So he's emotionally blocked off. He's guarding his purpose. If a man's guarding his purpose like that, and he's not willing to let you in just in any facet, he views you as a threat. Let's be real. Now, number 5 is he keeps you guessing instead of making you feel secure. He's always going to, throw little remarks, whether he could even be jokes sometimes. Like, he might start hitting you with slight remarks, like, oh, that dress makes you look kind of big, And he'll say it in a laughing manner, something like that. Oh, I guess those eggs went to your stomach. Some like little small things. You feel me? You would think it's like, oh, I'm feeling bad because that joke is kind of real, but you're laughing and you're telling me that this isn't a joke, and you're telling me that this is a joke and that I shouldn't be tripping, but the things that you're saying is actually making me feel some type of way, and you're not acknowledging it. Red flag. Not knowing where you stand is one of the most heart-wrenching things on the planet, and it ties back to one of the earlier red flags. If you go to the very first red flag, actually, the question is like, who are we? What are we? In other words, what are we doing? If you are lacking clarity on not only the relationship dynamic but where you guys are going, what's the next step? What are you trying to put in play? How, you're saying that you're a leader. Well, I need to be led, right? What do I do? How do I move forward? You want to be my leader? Take me out of my situation. Can I tell you my problems? Can I tell you what's going on and you fix them? If you can't fix them, then your leadership qualities may not be as, Now, granted, as ladies, I have to always say this: make sure that you're putting, proper expectations on your man, and you're not trying to hold him up to a leadership quality that is very difficult to attain, right? Let's say you're trying to, like some women out here, be like, oh, I need a man who makes $500,000 a year. I really want you to realize that is less than 1% of the world, right? Not saying that it's not possible, because there's 8 billion people out here. So 1% of 8 billion, there's still a great deal of people who do that. So it is very possible. But you have to be aware that sometimes your expectations could create a sticky situation. But if it's nothing like that and it's coming down to simple things, it's just like, where do we stand? What's the next move? How can I help you? How do you even feel about me? You're very hot and cold. You're showing emotion one day, the next time you're not. I'm going on Instagram, I'm seeing you liking other girls' pictures and they're half naked. I'm seeing all these different things that is making me second guess myself. I'm getting confused because when we're talking to each other, you're hitting me with some ism, and it sounds like, you really mess with me and my emotions, and getting involved, because women get caught by their ears, men get caught by their eyes. He's just sitting there hitting you with all this game, and you starting to believe him, but his actions is showing you something different. That's going to make you start questioning yourself. That's the confusion I'm talking about. There should be no disconnect between what a man is saying and what a man is doing. What his actions and his words should be aligned completely. He says what he says what he meant, and he does how he does what he does. You feel me? It should be no confusion right there. Now, if it is, that is that red flag, and you need to watch out for it. Now, red flag number 6 is when he only opens up when he needs something from you. Let's say this man is down on rent, he needs a couple dollars, or let's say he needs some food, let's say or not even something monetarily. Let's say he just needs a shoulder to cry on. Any other time, he's out with his boys, he's out doing his thing, building his business, going to work, whatever the case may be, and he doesn't hit you up, you're like the last thing on his agenda. You will send him a text and you're not going to get a reply until hours. Like, he's literally not prioritizing you. If you run into that type of situation, oh my God, that's going to eat you up, because he's going to start doubling back when he actually needs something. And since you've been deprived of that affection, since you've been deprived of that attention, the moment he comes, you're going to overload him with the attention that he's asking for. He's literally coming to you for attention. And since he knows that you've been deprived of that attention, he knows you're going to overly invest that attention into him. So it's like this manipulation tactic of pulling back be just enough to get exactly what I want. Because if I didn't pull back, maybe she wouldn't be as overly anxious and so eager to want to talk to me and want to give to me and want to be around me, and she wouldn't pour into me the ways that she would, because I gave so much of myself to her. It's like this twisted thing men do, because we want to have, a loving, a good connection with a woman and everything like that, but too many of us think that it involves strategy. I have to trick her into like being a certain way, and I have to pull her emotions through making her see reality through a twisted perspective, rather than just being honest and open and vulnerable with her, and allowing her to build upon that. He's gonna start coming to you as like a band-aid, and as a healer, as an empath. You got to watch out for that. People are going to abuse that every single chance that they can, because they know it's a part of you that can't control it. Your heart is pure. And when somebody is living such an evil, such an unpure, such a tainted lifestyle, your ability to bring that pureness and innocence back to a man's life is invaluable. Is invaluable. That's why they tell you guys, don't be out here dating all these men and just getting broken and just letting them and influence you and use you and all this other type of stuff, because you guys are pure. And that pureness of energy is so sacred. That's why people get on that's why people get on their knee. You get what I'm saying? It's because of the energy that you're bringing. So if that man isn't consistent in your life, if that man isn't doing the things that he needs to do on a daily basis to be a stable in your life, do not allow him to come to you only when he needs something, because he knows you're going to give it to him. Which also directly ties into red flag number 7. When that man wants your presence, but he does not want your purpose. When that man wants to touch on you, but he does not want to teach you. When that man wants to love on you, but he does not want to listen to you. When that man wants to open you, but he does not want to understand you. These are things that is going to break you down as a woman, because you know deep down you are being used. You know deep down you aren't being appreciated in the ways that you should be, but you're going to accept it. Why? Because nobody's taught you that you deserve more than what somebody gives you and takes from you in the physical. You deserve a relationship where you feel spiritually safe. You deserve a relationship where you feel spiritually in tune and connected with your partner outside of the moments where he is inside of you. Are you catching what I'm saying? If you're getting put in this awkward ass position where he's always around you, he just loves being around, he loves feeling all up on you, talking to you, kissing you, everything. But when it comes to, hey baby, I need some help, can you help me put this play in motion? Can you help me start this business? Can you help me, invest in this? Can you help me fix my credit? Can you help me, learn this? Can you help me with my emotional intelligence? Hey babe, I'm thinking about stepping out of the relationship. Can you explain to me why this may be going on? You see, tough conversations is some real shit. And if you can't be open and vulnerable with somebody about where you truly stand in your path, they just want your energy, just the access, just the benefit of being around you. It's toxic. And that's a clear sign that that man is not emotionally open to you. A man who is emotionally open to you, like I said before, there's no way in hell he's going to be able to stand next to you and see what's going wrong, see what he possibly could improve, see what he could put his energy into and not do it. He's a man is always going to invest physically, emotionally, and spiritually into situations that he feels spiritually called to do. If he doesn't feel no spiritual call, said like no masculine deep pull within him to give to you, he's not gonna do that. He's not gonna be that man. He's not gonna ever bring out that characteristic for you. He's gonna bring it out for another woman, because another woman's gonna pull that out of him, because it may actually be meant for him, or it may have been his kink or his thing. You feel me? But if he is not bringing that level of openness and clarity and connection to you, he's not emotionally open to you. And all of these things is not to say that the man in whole is emotionally unavailable. This is all to say that man is emotionally closed off to you, because another woman can step in that man's vicinity right now and get a completely different version of him, get completely different results out of him, because she either did different things, like I said, she was just his feeling, his vibe, whatever. So you always have to be cautious, always, to not judge these people, right? Because you're going to be seeing they doing fucked up things, and this is always a part of the healing journey, where you judge to not judge. I judge you enough to understand what you're doing, and then I release judgment because it's none of my business. If that's how you feel, if that's what you, if this is who you are, if you are closed off, that's fine. I don't have to be here, and that doesn't make you a bad person for being closed off. That just means that maybe I wasn't what you necessarily wanted. Let me go find the man who, as soon as I get around him, he's just open, he's just giving. He's just like he just feels pulled to be a man. I think that's what y'all would want, because every man is a man, but that just may not be your man. Go find your man. With that being said, y'all, I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. If y'all want to go get the books, of course, they're down in the description for my ladies and my men who really want to go downhill. Message to South Central, as well as my healing and guided frequency workbook. and I got some juice down up in there for y'all. If y'all have any kind of type of questions or topics that y'all want me to talk about, go down to the TikTok. I'll put it in the comments. Anything like that, just let me know. With that being said, it's been Jay Sincere. I love y'all, man. I'm gonna see you on the next video.